2025 is a huge year for anime, so here are 5 of the most anticipated returning anime that you need to watch this year. Spy Family Season 2 follows the Forger family as Lloyd continues on with Operation Strix, getting ever closer to a powerful political figure. And with how Season 2 ended, this show is setting up to be one of the best anime coming out this year. For those who don't know, Lloyd is an elite spy, kind of like James Bond, and his wife Yor is a lethal assassin, and they don't really know each other's occupation. But their adopted daughter Anya does, as she could read minds, and now their new dog can predict the future, so this leads to all sorts of interesting shenanigans. The anime is all made by Wit Studio and Cloverworks and easily had some of the most underrated animation of 2023. Like, not only do the fight scenes pack a punch and always feel like they have some stakes since they're used so sparingly, but the visual humor in this is next level, as I cannot get over some of the expressions characters make, as we're set to see a lot more of that in Season 3. Frieren Season 2 follows up Season 1's highest rated season ever on my anime list, as it picks up after the First Class Mage arc, as Frieren, Fern, and Stark set out on an adventure to take out a powerful dark force, which actually directly mirrors Frieren's previous campaigns many years ago. As the anime dives into the many themes of life, relationships, and the passage of time, as Madhouse is set to deliver another masterclass. Season 1 surprised me with the amount of depth it had, not only with its narrative, but also with some of its character pieces as well, as it's a show that feels cozy, yet at the same time riveting to watch. It's kind of hard to describe. But this, maybe even more so than Spy Family, has a lot of restraint with its action, to the point that when we do finally get an action set piece, it's usually unforgettable. As Season 2 is set to ramp that up even more, while still setting aside some time to be mindful of the journey as we travel it. Dandadan Season 2 is set to follow up Momo and Okarun's adventures of getting his balls back, as the new season will pick up with the duo helping out Jin in his twisted town, as both of them are being put through the ringer yet again. And I honestly cannot wait to see even more silly shenanigans out of this show, as this was the anime I laughed at the most last year, as this is an anime that is truly unlike anything else out there right now. But oddly enough, if I were to suggest a new show to a new anime viewer that represents current anime the best, then this actually might be the one, as it has all the zaniness of some of the most wild anime out right now, while still also finding small opportunities to tell heartfelt stories that will leave you in tears, and somehow have it all centered around a romance that feels so genuine and not forced, which can be a rarity nowadays. As Science Saru is putting on a tour de force in adapting this material, as it was one of my highest rated anime of last year. So I'm expecting big things out of this one, as well as another bomb opening soundtrack like in the first season. Kaiju number 8 Season 2 is set to follow up one of the most liked anime of last year with some huge arcs. As Season 1 might have been one of the more feel-good anime to watch, it was actually somewhat relatable for a demographic no longer in their 20s, which yes, is also a bit of a rarity in anime nowadays as well. The anime follows a 32-year-old still searching for his purpose in life when all of a sudden he gains kaiju powers. So now he can live out his dreams of fighting alongside his friends against kaiju that are seemingly more dangerous than ever now. The anime has a lot of relatability, and it's almost like a more lighthearted version of the first 2 seasons of Attack on Titan, which is honestly such a huge compliment to this since I hold that anime in such high regard. With Production IG, who helped produce AOT, doing a stellar job creating some nice levity between some of the more gruesome action scenes. Last but not least is Jujutsu Kaisen Culling Game arc, as this is my most anticipated anime of the year if it does end up coming out. The events of Shibuya Station have left the crew completely devastated, as things are about to get even more dire. Having already read this arc in the manga, all I'm gonna say is that you won't be prepared for what's about to go down, and I can't wait to see it all animated. So hopefully MAPPA animators will have plenty of time to bring this anime to its full potential. Some of the best action sequences of the entire series exist within this arc, as this show has no limit to its creativity in its fight scene. Like, we are seriously about to get some of the biggest moments in recent anime history when this comes out, and I cannot wait. As far as some of my other suggestions, One Punch Man Season 3 seems to be getting a lot of traction. Also, the final season of My Hero Academia is set to come out this October, so you'll have plenty of time to catch up on that. And if you're looking for anime movies, I'll have a full list of the best anime films to look out for in 2025 in a separate video coming out soon, so be sure to like and subscribe for that one. But I'm curious to know, what are your most anticipated returning anime coming out this year? So don't forget to share this with a friend who loves anime. Sakamoto Days follows Taro Sakamoto, who was once feared by the underground world as the greatest hitman of all time. That is, until he fell in love, got married, had kids, and in the process, kind of let himself go. Since then, he works as a convenience store clerk, retired from his old job, but many in his previous line of work really don't believe that to be the case. So hitman after hitman is sent his way in the hopes of being the one to take out the great Sakamoto.